Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay. Controlled burns scheduled for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as part of a Forestry Service run controlled burn of overgrown sections of the Flintlock National Forest. None of that made sense to me. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. The burn operation will take place between 8 AM and 5 PM on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on the speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service, in addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires in the drier months. The operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved, said senior conservationist Janice Greenbrier. Directions to work for a new house, left on Crabtree, right on Bullhorn, exit onto 47 North, right onto 202 East, entrance on right past Wage Road. Have a doggone cool 17th birthday. Happy birthday, Sam, Uncle Harvey. Colorado Spring Movers Incorporated. Invoice Terrence Greenbrier 1888 Dry Creek Road, Forest Grove, Oregon, I'm gonna guess. I don't know the postcodes. 97116. Destination Terrence Greenbrier. 1 that couldn't fuck off. 1 Arbor Hill, Boone County, Oregon, again gonna guess. 97141. Descriptive list of shipment content. Boxes 8. Kitchen. Boxes 5. Master bedroom. Boxes 6. Child bedroom. Boxes 10. Overweight library. Boxes 4. Office. Television 24-inch. Television 14-inch. Continued on attached worksheets.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
Author magazine 50 contests with up to $21,000 in prizes. Stephen King. Critics. The art of feedback. Get published. The secret. The blank page. How 20 top authors conquer it. Worldwide timetable effective June 1st, 1994. Katie's departure 7th of the 6th. Flight 881. 10 minutes past 12 to Amsterdam. Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets to be midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Welcome, new student. We hope that you are as excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you on your first day of classes so that you can get right into the swing of things. one sturdy folder with pockets for each of your 6 class periods, one lined notebook per period, or one large notebook with 6 divided sections, at least 6 pens, blue or black ink, and 6 pencils, one box of coloured pencils, a standard combination lock for your assigned locker, a nutritious lunch, or $2.50 for a lunch provided by the school cafeteria, a positive attitude. Please remember to get plenty of sleep the night before and be ready for the first bell to ring at 8 AM. See you soon, and again, welcome. Beth Valance, Principal.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class, and I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl. Great.
Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. I'm in Paris. I have done many Parisian things, including eating le petit déjeuner and wearing a beret. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'm bringing you back something from the Shakespeare Book Company, since you are my favourite sister. Love you all, Katie. Oscar Mason, 60, of Boone County, died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Masson was born on September 8, 1933, in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He attained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. A service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 p.m. All are welcome. His survivors include his nephew, Terence Greenbrier, as well as in spirit the people of Boone County, to whom he provided wellness and comfort. Pioneer CLD-D703 combination laserdisc compact disc player, MSRP $999.99. CU-CLD-098 remote with backlight, double-sided play, headphone out, display on/off, jog/shuttle dial, front and remote. Digital CLV slow motion/freeze frame, last frame memory, 2 S-video outs, coax/optical outs, twin 1-bit D/A converters, S/N ratio 116 decibels, CD playback, 422 by 140 by 432 millimeters, WHD. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD/CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular. No, I just want to say I'm not going to be reading everything, because some things just go on forever, and it's too early in the morning to be reading that much stuff in one stream. August 10th, 1972, from 1 Arbor Hill, Boone County, 971412, Terrence Greenbrier, 1888, Dry Creek Road, Forest Grove, 97116. I'm gonna sneeze like fucking Nora. August 10th, 1972. Hello, Terence. I write on what I hope and imagine must be a joyous occasion. News reaches me that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman. I have had more than a little time during my long days and nights at the house on Arbor Hill to consider my past and my family, and my thoughts have often lingered on the development and welfare in the 10 years since we last met. Your marriage gives me much reassurance in this regard. I wish you and your new bride many happy years together. You are always welcome on Arbor Hill, though I will understand, of course, if you feel you cannot accept this invitation. Yours very sincerely, Oscar Masson. The killing of JFK, a theory. You've seen the movie. Discover the truth. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Crestwell Insurance Agency Incorporated. Electrical inspection form. The wiring in the house is technically up to all safety and amperage requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added. Sure. Fuck off. Lightning. Or thunder, whatever it's called, I don't know. Have been added into structure over the last 100 years. The system is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frames disrupts circuits wired directly behind the surface. Properly reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floor and fixtures of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, these issues will not be addressed. Harrell Price Jr., Black Cat Electrical Company, 9th of the 2nd, 1994. Fresh, true stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Readers tell us about their worst moments. 90210. Does anybody still care? The male gaze. How to subvert it. Sarah Holst, not Gavin Moss. A stranger under my roof. Understanding teens. Dear Terence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non-sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of home theatre whatever want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not I'm gonna guess memories of your childhood. David's known you for a long time and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. Oh goody, the game's broken again. Perfect. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. Brent Kurtwood, reviews editor, home theatre aficionado. No, whatever. Yeah, that's the one I'm not going to read, because that one goes on for ages. Okay.
Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors.
Whatever.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Enclosed, please find a Pioneer CLDD703 unit with remote and cables. We need a half-page review for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get us the copy for edit. Standard stuff, like you gave us on the CLDD502. It's a combi player, so check its CD format discs as well as Laserdisc. They want us to nope, I've lost my permission. I don't know where I got it.
This is a severe weather warning. Northwest Weather
Moving
Service
on.
reports high
I don't think
winds
I'm going to
and
read
torrential
anymore
rain
because the
conditions
game
affecting
is
the
broken.
following counties:
It's a
Austin
good game. It's
Boone
just
County,
broken.
Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations. This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call. So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
You're welcome to. You're welcome to leave and try and sleep whenever you want. I've heard of him. I've heard of Walt Whitman. I'm not sure I like playing this game anymore. I literally just heard someone breathe in my ear. I don't like this game anymore.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked into the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Try and listen out as best as you can, and sometimes you'll hear the creepy breathing and other creepy noises. Eventually you'll see why I keep stopping and turning every now and then.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell. At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hoped she could tell. I really hoped that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode. Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was going to cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
I don't get it. First ever time I played this, when I bought it, everything worked. The text was always in place. Didn't phase out or anything. But now, some of those papers are just bleh. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Bleh. Well, I haven't heard any more creepy breathing.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night...
You can shut down...
Or it's just quiet and we're alone.
If you're almost
We say I love you.
You should probably go and try. Or you can stick around and I can finish the game because you know, because you've seen me do it before and you know it's not that far.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
One day I will play through this and give it my absolute best that I can to read everything, even the ones that don't really make sense. Because I know that's what you want, and I want to indulge that. I want to read as much as I can.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group. Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, "I can sing." And they were all kind of like, "You can?" And she was like, "Probably." But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now, and I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show. I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes. I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase. Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him. asked Lonnie what she had to do to get ready to ship out for basic training. She said, not a lot, really. You're not allowed to bring anything with you. You have no possessions, no contact with the outside world while you're in basic. You just train hard every day, and then you deploy from there. So, they'll just send her away. To who knows where. The other side of the country, the other side of the world. My mind, can't process it. That she's really going to be gone. Just gone. Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. That I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore. We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone. The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the 3rd one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the Army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes. Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again someday. Love, Sam.
Oh, that's that. Sweetie, are you still awake? Or have you fallen asleep? I believe you've fallen asleep. If you're still awake, I'm switching back to Skype. Love you.